We're in Finland with Mercedes-Benz, and check out what we have here. The all-new GLA 2028 model year. It'll be available in a hybrid and fully electric.
So this is the fully electric model. We're going to walk around both of these and have a look and see. We have a special guest today on this video. It's Mike Holt, so we apologize for that. Andrew is going to go through the inside for you, and at the end of the video we'll list all of the specs, especially around the electrified version, how much power it has, and the charging capability. So we'll do all of that towards the end of the video. Well, this GLA falls into, I guess you could loosely call it the subcompact crossover class, but it has certainly gotten bigger. When you electrify a car, typically you make the wheelbase longer to make room for the battery, and that's the case with the GLA. Overall, it's 5.6 inches longer. The wheelbase has been stretched by 2.4 inches, but they didn't stop there. They actually made the track at the back 1 inch wider, but the car is actually a ½ inch lower. So it gives it a sleek, longer, more powerful silhouette, which makes this vehicle look quite a bit sportier compared to the outgoing model. So what you see here is the real tell that this is the electric. And you see this from Mercedes-Benz. They're not calling their vehicles EQ anymore. This is just the Electric GLA. And you notice it mostly from the front, where you get this new Mercedes grille that has 608 illuminated points in the front. And that's really quite an eye catcher. Above the grille, you get a frunk. And unlike some previous attempts, this one is really quite useful. It's nicely sealed, well done. All right, let's have a look at the hybrid version, and that's really the only way you can tell the difference is the front. So this is how you're going to spot the difference when you see these on the road. This is the hybrid model, and it has to have air openings to help cool the gasoline engine. So unlike the fully illuminated grille of the electric, you get a surround on this one, and that's the hybrid. So I think it's clever that Mercedes-Benz is introducing the full electric. That's going to get some people excited. Other people will be excited that there is a hybrid available. So this is sold as a front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. It's the GLA 220 for front-wheel drive and the GLA 250 if you want the all-wheel drive. So you've got a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and then it's matched to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. And sandwiched in there in the transmission is an electric motor, and that gives you a boost of about 30 horsepower. It's going to alleviate some of the jerkiness for the dual clutch. It's going to give you more power, and it's also going to alleviate how much fuel this uses. So the driving dynamics should be more traditional. Not like, say, a Lexus that uses an eCVT. Using a dual clutch transmission will certainly be appealing to some.
New vehicle, new interior. Mercedes-Benz really focused on comfort level, versatility, refinement, and space in this new model. More legroom in every seat, more headroom. In fact, an inch more headroom, mostly because of the roofline, and this fixed panoramic sunroof has made the biggest difference. So since we're on the sunroof, let's talk about that. You get a standard fixed panoramic sunroof, but there's also the available sky control, which you can switch it from transparent to opaque with the touch of a button. And then at night, you've got 172 stars that light up the screen if that's something that you would like that's available for extra. When it comes to comfort level, this is the AMG line, so you have a slightly different seat where you've got the microfiber and leatherette trim. I do find with the AMG line seat to be just a little bit firmer than going without, so that is definitely something to consider. Leatherette upholstery is standard, but there is available Napa leather. And with this new GLA model, Mercedes-Benz has added more color options for the interior, different trim pieces, so you can really tailor this GLA to what you like. Now you'll notice that the technology, wow, has definitely improved in here. This uses the 4th generation MBUX system. This is called the Super Screen, and it's made up of 3 separate screens. You have a 14-inch touchscreen, a 10.25-inch digital driver display, and then a 14-inch passenger screen. If you don't get the passenger screen, you still get this look, but instead it will be the star motif that you'll see on the screen instead. I think that this is actually quite well laid out. This is in the subcompact class, and the storage is pretty good. You've got a tray here that you can add some little things, and then quite a deep center console storage unit. I'm actually surprised by that. So you can really tuck away quite a few things. You've got a couple cup holders, wireless charger that's available. So I think everything is really at your fingertips. And then of course it's a floating center console, so you have even more storage under here. This touchscreen uses AI technology, so it has both Microsoft and Google built in, and navigation uses Google Maps. So when you're on the road in this EV and you're trying to find a charger, you can route all that out for yourself, which is really nice. So when it comes to the screen, some of you may be thinking, wow, just so many functions are done in the screen. Mercedes-Benz has left some buttons, and we did speak to the CEO about this, saying, are we at peak screens? He actually said he doesn't think that we're at peak screens yet, but the lesson learned is that more buttons and knobs can be added. So I guess that's something to think about in the future. What I have noticed is things like driver seat memory in some of their models are now gone from the door. Remember, we used to have heated and ventilated seats there, as well as driver seat memory. That is all in the screen now. You can still adjust the seats on the door, but I wouldn't mind seeing some more buttons. The system that they are using with AI technology, I have to say, is fantastic. Voice commands are very, very good. You'll notice on the steering wheel that Mercedes-Benz has put back physical buttons now, and I think that that was a really great idea. We definitely need to see more buttons in the future, but overall you're going to find that the screen is intuitive to use, and as I already mentioned, the voice commands are excellent, very accurate. There's also an available 16-speaker Burmester sound system. I think the Burmester audio system is terrific. So if that is within your budget to add it, I think that is a great addition.
So we have a bigger GLA, and now we have some touches from other Mercedes-Benz products, like the retracting door handles. Now, we're not a big fan of the floppy door handles you get in a lot of EVs. This is actually a bit of a compromise and works pretty well, because once the door handle is out, at least you've got something large to grab onto. So the one you're looking at here has two packages combined. You've got AMG line, an AMG line for the very first time available in GLA, so this car has that. On top of that, it's got the night package, and it certainly looks lethal with this all black matte paint on the outside. So wheel sizes range from 18 to 20 inches. So this angle, you'll certainly notice this has AMG line, where you get the diffuser across the bottom of the car. Kind of like the tail lamps here with the three-pointed star integrated in there. It doesn't go all the way across. You've seen that a lot with cars lately. They kind of do something going against the trend. And this is how you lift up the trunk. And this is really a useful size car. It's kind of like a hatchback, but bigger. Lots of space in there. You can put the seats down, plenty of room. Well, Mercedes-Benz does not give official legroom numbers for their products. What we do know is the wheelbase of this vehicle has grown 2.4 inches. So you would add it up that you're going to get more legroom. This vehicle has good headroom, and it's got a flat floor because it's battery underneath. Big skylight that doesn't open. So it's interesting, yesterday we had the CEO of Mercedes-Benz give us a walk around of this product. The CEO, that's right. He's a big guy, 6'4". He sat in the back seat. Here's a quick picture of him in the back seat. He said he had enough legroom and headroom, so it's good for tall people.
So let's get into the specs. We're going to do the electric vehicle first, and then we'll move on to the hybrid. It's based on the 800-volt architecture. All models have an 85 kilowatt-hour battery, and when charging, speeds up to 320 kilowatt.
So this is based on the same platform that the CLA has been introduced. That won European Car of the Year, World Car of the Year. It's been a great success here in the European market. That car will be coming, and this is the same architecture underneath.
At launch mid-2027, 2 fully electric models will be available. The GLA 250 Plus has 268 horsepower, and the GLA 350 4MATIC 349 horsepower. The more powerful model goes 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.4 seconds, and the range will be up to 657 kilometers, 408 miles, but that is based on the European test cycle. Expect less for the North American market. When charging on the road with the 800-volt technology, in just 10 minutes, you'll get an extra 270 kilometers, 168 miles of range. So that's a first look of the 2028 Mercedes-Benz GLA. Versatile for families, more space, more comfort, more refinement.
So I think the hybrid idea is quite clever from Mercedes-Benz, because if you think about the premium or luxury space, you have Lexus that has hybrids and one Lincoln model, and outside of that, that's the only premium cars that have hybrids. Well, now Mercedes is going to have several new hybrids in the marketplace. So for those that maybe don't have a plug, you live in an apartment building, you can not get the electric, you can get the hybrid, which is going to open up this car to even more people.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz has such a great portfolio now. Hybrids, plug-in hybrids, gas models with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, and then fully electric. There's something for everyone.
All right, from Finland, see you next time.